Hello everybody, my name is David and this is Only My Opinion Tech. Today I have a budget microphone that's wireless. It looks like it could be interesting, so rather than me blabber about it, let's take a look. There it is in a box. Here it is in a smaller box. And this is what it looks like without a box. Now, I'm not much into crinkly paper, so I try to get everything out of here without crinkling and making noises when possible. So what you've got here, this is the receiver. This will go to your phone and or camera. According to the manual, this operates on the UHF frequency from 500 to 980 megahertz, has 25 channels, and they're auto pairing. The frequency response is listed as 75 hertz to 18 kilohertz. The low frequency response should help some with wind noise. So you've got the receiver. There's two transmitters. Everything else is pretty much in twosies. You have head-worn microphones. Those are pretty nice. You've got a cold shoe mount if you want to mount it on a camera. You've got a little clip if you want to mount it on the cold shoe mount. This clips onto the receiver. You have two lapel or lavalier microphones. You have two micro USB charge cables. I'd like to see everybody going over to USB-C, but at this price point, I think this is an acceptable exception. This is an adapter if you want to run this directly into a camera. It's a TRRS. So this plugs on here, and then this plugs directly into your camera. Or if you want to plug this into a smartphone, this goes on here. The red one is the microphone. Goes on to here. This would be headphones if you want to monitor. And this is a TRRS, so this will go into your phone. If you're going to use this on an iPhone, you will need a TRRS to Lightning adapter, which is the only thing not included in this kit. So I'm going to grab a couple of these microphones. I'm going to go outside, put my iPhone on a tripod, and we'll see what this thing sounds like. Okay, so this is just an iPhone, no external mics, from about probably 6 feet away. So this will give you an idea. Move around in the leaves a little bit. They're not overly crunchy because it's a little bit wet today. This is going to be a demonstration to show you why you are better off to use some sort of an external microphone. That's coming up next. All right, here's the transmitter. One of the things that I noticed on this, there is a volume setting on the transmitter, and as you use these to toggle it up and down. I think it was on 14 when I got it. I'll show you. This is all the way down to 00 for the volume, and then this is going to be all the way up to 20 with the volume. And I'm using the lav mic right this second. Now I'll show you, I've noticed something interesting with this lav mic, which it has a cardioid pattern, and if you don't know what a cardioid pattern is, it picks up better out the front of the capsule than it does out the sides or the back, which should help eliminate noise like my pond, my little waterfall running over here, but it also makes it directional. Now the thing I don't like about any lav mic in particular is when you turn your head away from it, you get a little softer. And if you turn your head down toward it, you will get louder. So it depends on what you're doing. I prefer using the boom mic if you can stand this in the shot. Now, personally, I don't think mics need to be invisible. So, and this one, I think the boom mic is more sensitive than the lav mic is. And I'm going to change microphones real quick. All right, I'm on the boom mic now, and it's closer to your mouth, so it doesn't it maintains that relationship, so it doesn't matter which way you turn your head, up, down, sideways. It doesn't make any difference. So especially if you're doing something where you're showing something to somebody, I think this mic makes a little more sense, and if you can stand it being in the picture, it's an okay thing to do. Now that's with the mic on 20, so I'm going to go back down to 00, which it never goes off, but that's at 00, and on this one that's at 12. There's 17, and we're back up on 20. So I'll give you a little bit of a range test on this real quick. I'm not gonna go very far because I really don't think that you're going to be doing video from a super far distance away. Now, this is in the proximity of 50 foot, and the mic's in my my jacket pocket or my vest pocket. I'll go across the street. That's going to be 100-ish feet, give or take a few. I haven't ever actually measured it, but I'm thinking this is somewhere in the vicinity of 100 feet. And I really can't imagine that you're going to be doing a lot of stuff at this distance. Now, I think there was a little bit of a white noise with the lav mic. Seems to be a little bit less with this mic, and it might just be because you can turn the gain down some. And if you notice, it doesn't pick up the leaves crinkling too awfully bad. This is a really good starter for the price. Now they make a YM1, which is a 1-channel, and a YM2. This one is a 2-channel. You each have your own mic, so it's going to pick up everything that both of you say into basically a mono channel inside the unit. One thing this does not have is really good instructions. One thing I really do appreciate, the microphones have a little screw-on adapter so that you don't have to worry about it unplugging. Some of the other wireless mics I've seen, if you bend over, if you've got them on your belt or something, it's pretty easy to put a little tension on there. This isn't coming off. I don't know if it's making any static or not, but it's not coming off. One good thing with this, you can run other microphones with it. So if you're not happy with the cardioid pattern on this, or later on you want to step it up a little bit, you can buy another mic. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run inside the house. I've got 2 other microphones that I want to test on this real quick just to verify that I am correct. This microphone was a lot hotter, so I had to go into Filmic Pro and turn it down. Now it's still set on 20 on the transmitter, so in theory I could turn this down, but I think in terms of getting white noise out, I turned it down in Filmic Pro so that it's not going into clipping or anything. This mic does not screw on, and it's omnidirectional, so it doesn't matter which side of it you speak into, it shouldn't change how it sounds. This is a little bit smaller than the one that comes with it. Now, in fairness, 2 of these cost you as much as this whole transmitter setup did. But if you want to get started with just this, with just the headsets that came with it, they're going to sound better than what the phone does. This headset happens to have the same screw-on connector. So let's put that on and see what this sounds like. All right, now I've got the little headset on, and it's different color. Maybe it blends in a little bit better. I think both of these, this and the AGD lav mic, are going to cost you, for 2 of these microphones, as much as this entire system did. So, but it gives you an option to upgrade later, so you already have the transmitter, and it shouldn't have any effect on the range, but I should have less white noise with this or with the AGD. However, they may both be picking up a little bit more background noise than what the 2 mics that came with it. And I'm going to show you, I forgot to show you the cardioid pattern, so let me show you that real quick. Okay, here is the microphone element that comes with this. Now I'm going to show you, I'm about, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches away. I'm just going to rotate this. So I'm talking off the side of the microphone. Now I am talking directly off the back of the microphone, and then there I'm talking back on the front of the microphone. So for me, there's good things about the cardioid pattern. It probably is not picking up as much of my pond noise or the leaves when I walk through the leaves, but it's a little more critical on the alignment of the microphone. So I'm going to give you one last demonstration on this. Now this is with the lav mic pointed as best I can directly at my face. You can see, if you can hear my waterfall. Now I'm going to put this mic on, and I'm not going to make any adjustments to the gain setting at all. All I'm going to do is change mics. So this is the boom headset. Take the lav mic completely off, get it out of the picture. This is the boom headset. It's probably louder than this one was, and in the testing I've done so far it has been, and it's more consistent. Okay, I'm not trying to hide the wires or anything, and obviously you could run this down your back and put it on your belt and get it out of the picture completely. The one thing I noticed, this headset and the lavalier mic that came with this, both of them, the sensitivity is fairly low. And if you noticed with the AGD, and I didn't change just now, I did not change the settings between the lav mic and this mic, but when I used the other lav mic and the other headset, I had to turn the volume down drastically to keep it from clipping in my phone. So it's gonna be an upgrade to change the microphones, but I really do think this is a good starter system for somebody. This is going to work with phones, iPhones if you buy the iPhone adapter, and it's going to work with practically any camera that you have. So anything that's got a mic input on it. You can also run it with external recorders, but probably if you're kind of at this entry level on your headsets, you probably don't have an external recorder, aside from the fact that you could use an old iPhone or an old smartphone as an external recorder. So you got a ton of options to get started without buying a lot of really super expensive equipment. The options are kind of up to you, but start easy, and this is one of those things that takes it a while to get going, so don't throw a lot of money at it. You can throw as much money as you want at it, and it's not going to make your videos better. You just have to make videos and bumble through them like I do, and each video you see where you said too many times, or I have a bad habit of saying so to get started in a new clip. You got to edit that out. Okay, those are the kinds of things that you'll get better with as time goes on, regardless of what you use for a camera. So I'm going to have a couple of videos pop up over here. You can check those out. If you want to see more about what I'm doing, I've got a green screen video coming up, so if you want to check that thing out, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to show you how to actually edit green screen footage in LumaFusion with an iPad taken with an iPhone. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, and I'll catch you down the road somewhere.